Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to another episode of Snowfall for our City Skylines PS4 playlist. Snow is falling once again, and as you can see everything's looking quite nice now, all lit up here at night. We're actually getting a lot of ground covered all the way through this area now. And we have good demands as well. We have nice good demand here for residential, a demand for commercial, and a little bit of demand for industrial, although we are still struggling to get some workers in here. Obviously we've recently made a few changes over here with our railway line, bringing people directly up to this point here. We also have our tram service stopping right by the station as well. We do have a couple of sort of footbridge links over to the industrial area to try and get some workers in here. There's another one just there with another stop right there as well. So plenty of ways to actually try and move people into this area. But we still have a bit of a worker shortfall. So I think we perhaps need to add some more accommodation over this side. Or some access over this side as well. So you can see we have a little bit of a backlog with a couple of trains here. What is going on over here? Why are these trains stopped? Here's the problem. We had a train. I have noticed that unfortunately our train cross service there is actually getting to be a little bit problematic. We now have 3 separate lines all feeding into this station, and it is causing a little bit of the odd delay here and there. So if we just speed time up a little bit more. We're getting a lot of trains all stacking in here, which is, as I say, proving to be a little bit problematic. We have the one train, well, we have 2 trains that sort of run over here. I think what we need to do is, instead of sending a train into this station, we need to move it to one of these 2 stations over here instead. So let's take a look at our lines. So we currently have 2 going into that station just there, and we also have 2 going into that station just there as well. I think what we're probably going to need to do, because we don't have a rail issue there, we have a nice sort of tram network connecting our areas together. We have obviously this tram line feeding people into this area and all the way down to that station there. We also have this tram line here feeding people into the industrial area, sort of, you know, via a stop. Actually, no, this one doesn't actually go anywhere near the industrial, does it? Okay, maybe we can rectify that. Maybe we could actually connect this line over here, perhaps. I don't know. I'll think about that. I mean, this was designed to kind of feed people into this area here, which is what it's doing. I don't really want to take it over here as well. We do have this line here that kind of services around this kind of area and also into our industrial area here. Maybe what we need to do is create better pedestrian access going over this section. So if instead of that, first of all, let's go into footpaths. And let's continue with our underground network that we have just here. So let's bring a path out a little bit. Bring it along this way. And what I want is to bring it up here somewhere. So I need to find a good location. Oops, my controller's died. There we go. Just started playing and already my controller's died. And I saw that it needed swapping out before I loaded up. And I thought, you know, I'll be fine. Just completely blanked it from my mind. And instantly I'd pay the price for that. So where can we drop in our footbridge? I think maybe we need to get rid of this office and have our footpath coming up here. So if that's the case, let's bring this down like so to there. There we go. Now we bring this up, and I think if we do this like so, and then take that piece out like that, it's a bit of a long walk, but it gives us a nice direct link here. And what we can also do is maybe bring that up into the heart of this area as well. So let's do another footbridge over here as well somewhere. Let's find a good spot. I think this might be a good area to do it. We've got some small businesses that we can potentially afford to kind of lose. Let's just come out a couple of squares. Well, actually, we can come out further than that. Bring that directly down like that. Connect it up like that. There we go. So that's feeding more people into this part here. Ideally, we could do with some kind of system that maybe links over to this side as well. But we do have the tram route, let's not forget. We have, you know, an additional stop just here, which then runs trams out this way, and there you can see it coming back in. So that should feed in around that corner into the loop section. Here's one going out by the look of it. Yeah, this is our industrial tram. So you can see this one runs along this way, stops, and then will actually run up to this side of the industrial area. So that will help maybe move pedestrians into this area. I can actually see somebody just going down there. Let's see if we can actually... Yeah, there we go. We can actually see somebody walking down the route. We see anyone else moving along it. We've got a couple of people coming up here and then sort of walking into this estate that way as well. So we are getting some people using this tunnel already, which is good to see. Let's speed time up a bit more. There we go. And let's start dealing with some of these destroyed, well, I say destroyed, some of these deserted buildings. Let's tear those down a little bit. I do think we could do with a little bit of resident. I'm still having this problem with these vehicles. I don't understand what is causing this issue. I have absolutely no idea why that is happening. It's still happening. If this has happened to anybody else, please do let me know. A, if it's happened to you, and B, what you did to fix it. Because right now, I'm at a complete loss, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to remove both of those train lines, because it's the train lines that seem to be causing the problems. And I don't exactly understand why they're doing it. I'm just going to watch here. A train coming in. And maybe that was just a leftover from the last time I loaded up a save file. I'm not seeing any more cars driving out here. So maybe that one that was just left over and reloading the system has actually cleared that issue. Oh no, look, there goes one, look. See? It's still happening. Yeah, it's still happening. And I don't know why. And I don't know if it's because the tram is here. I think it might actually be the tram, thinking about it. I think it might be the fact that the tram is stopping right outside the car park, perhaps. Oh, that's a problem. Okay. I'm trying to think how to try and maybe resolve this. It seems to be passengers getting off the train there's no cars parking in the car park. You can notice there's a lot of people here, but no cars parking. So it's got to be something to do with that, I think. So maybe what we need to do is we actually need to move this stop. Let's see what happens if I put that stop there instead. Well, instantly we have a car there, which wasn't there before. A whole flurry of cars just suddenly appearing from nowhere. Have we now caused an issue with this car park, I wonder? Yeah, we're still... now cars are actually pulling out and they're actually getting into their cars and driving off. So I think possibly we may have just resolved that issue. I hope so, because it was really starting to drive me a little bit nuts. I'm just going to stay here and watch for another second. I want to see some more people coming in and see if they're continuing to do that. Yeah, they're still doing it, look. And we're still not getting cars in that car park. So, alright, and if that's the case, I think we need to do a little bit of surgery with our tram. So, we're going to need to, I think, bring this down. So, let's go to one-way trams. I want that to come down here. No, wait, I want that to come up here. Let's take it just like that. Okay, we're going to pause. We're going to move this stop into here. We need to change the direction on this one-way strip by the look of it. Change direction. Yes, you can see the arrows there facing the wrong way. That needs to be upgraded. Oh, excuse me. That needs to be upgraded to two-way tram traffic. This needs to come around this way. Up here. This needs to bend around this way and around this way. That needs to go that way. And as I say, we need to change that to double tram track. So let's upgrade that piece. Like so. Okay. Now we need to remove that piece. And we need to change this piece of road to normal road. Like so. Now let's go back to our tram route. And we seem to have accidentally broken. Oh, no, the line is now caught back up again. There we go. And that's now stopping pretty much where I wanted it to stop. So let's go to footpaths. So we want a metro subway tunnel like that. We want that to connect like that. And hopefully people will use that instead of trying to cross over the railway tracks or the tram tracks. And also, hopefully, that's now going to solve the issue that we had with people parking where they shouldn't be parking. But I still don't want to see cars parked on the roadside, so we're going to upgrade the road itself to... Oh, that's cycle lanes. I don't want cycle lanes. That's what I want. There we go. The grass tracks like that. That'll force people to into the car parks instead of parking on the side of the road. So here comes another wave of people getting off the train. Cars are getting out and they're driving on the road. They're not driving off across country. So I think that seems to have solved the problem. I think it was basically we were kind of screwing the traffic up a little bit by having the tram line just there. So we may have to keep an eye out for that in the future if we consider putting tram lines near other stuff. Also, you can see our subway is actually starting to work quite nicely now. We're getting a little bit of a queue there because of the traffic lights. But everything else seems to be working reasonably smoothly. Still getting a few people just crossing over the road, that's fine. And here we can see people are using our little subway footpath, which is excellent. Same again, look, you can see a lot of people kind of going down and coming back up. We've got that bridge, or that route just there, and obviously this one just here as well. So those are both working quite nicely. And yeah, we're not seeing cars going off driving cross country. The ones that are pulling out are actually joining the road, look. Which is exactly what they're supposed to do. So that's resolved the issue, finally. I feel vindicated for that now. Okay, let's continue looking over here. We still have a worker problem. I think we can get away with adding more houses over here. So let's continue what we were doing in this kind of area. We've still got a lot of areas we can zone in, so let's go ahead and zone those straight away. Let's go with a medium-sized tool, I think. Just paint in a load of housing along there. Like so. Yeah, let's fill that block in. Excellent, there we go. And hopefully these people will all start feeding into this area as well as additional workers. Let's check. We don't have water over here by the look of it. No, people are complaining. So, we need to add some more pipes in. Take that bit of piping out. Have a little bit of an overlap. Like so. Oh, that's the wrong pipe that we've just installed. Let's upgrade to add heating as well. Come on. This is fiddly trying to upgrade it piece by piece. There we go. That's better. So now we have more houses being built in this little strip just here. This whole area is really starting to spring to life. And I think we are getting ready to maybe even consider turning this into high density. I think we're about due a little bit of high density. But I do kind of want to continue laying down all the street work first before we kind of upgrade our building access. Let's go ahead and go into free mode and draw some more roads in. Just sort of continue our little expansion of streets here. It doesn't want to go exactly where I want it to. What a surprise. That's just bad. There we go, that'll do. I think it would be a good idea to have another access road coming into the industrial estate, I think. So let's bring that through underneath the bridge and connect it there. That works quite nicely. And then we've got all of this space here that we can add additional streets to. for additional houses too as well. So let's bring a section out there. Let's bring a side street off this way. Like that. And, oops, let's do another one here as well. Like that. And then, yeah, let's bring this down. Oops. And connect just there as well. That's not looking so bad. Just looking to see if there's anywhere else we can perhaps add a little bit more of a side street. Something's drawing. Ah, I clicked on that junction just there, that's why. A lot of businesses still suffering over here. Alright, let's add some more houses across here as well. I do like the idea of having a level crossing, but I get the feeling that it may be a little bit too busy just here. We'll put one in as an experiment and see what happens. See how often the trains are causing, you know, problems with that little junction just there. Hopefully it won't be too much. Is it worth us perhaps putting some houses in there? No, we'll leave a little gap there, I think. We can definitely bring some more housing this way. And we can probably get a little bit closer. If I do it this way instead. That's too... just there perhaps. Bring that out to there, but don't actually connect to the bridge. Yeah, that works. No need to go the other way. Snow at night definitely makes visibility a lot harder. I suppose we could do with perhaps a street access. I do kind of like having these stations separately linked, but yeah, what would happen if we bring a road out this way, I suppose, and then connected it up there? I think that could work. Give us slightly more direct access to our kind of station hubs from another direction. We could even do the same over this way. As we expand out that way, perhaps. I don't know. I don't want to overdo it. If we create a little section like that, we can then put maybe a couple of service buildings in here and create a little footpath connection there as well. Actually, let's put the footpath connection in right now before I forget. Like that. There we go. Let's check our services. How are we looking for police? Pretty good police coverage, but I think we could probably do with something over here as well to help cover the industrial zone. So let's put police and fire here next to our sort of statue. Let's put the police there. Let's go for fire. Will the fire go next door? Yes, it will. Excellent. That's going to please those businesses and help upgrade them a little bit, perhaps. Yep, straight away you can see some of our businesses starting to upgrade there with those little arrows and some redevelopment going on thanks to improved services in the area. What are we looking like for healthcare? Kind of a fair bit scattered around. Why are those houses red to show bad healthcare coverage when they are right next to a clinic? Maybe they're new houses, I don't know. They shouldn't be red like that. That's very strange. Very strange indeed. I think maybe adding a clinic just here would be good. I'm going to put in a sauna. Actually, no, let's put a crematorium in that little spot just there as well. Again, you can hear the knock-on effect of those placements pinging these buildings at these bottom part of the industry here, as they're now getting access to healthcare and death care as well. Everything's starting to ping as it upgrades. That's really good to see. Let's get a sauna in as well. Why not? Look and see if we have one of these locally. It doesn't look like we have one over here at all, actually. I thought I'd put one of those in. Apparently not. So let's put a sauna in next to the spa, next to the health clinic, I suppose. I'll raise happiness a little bit more. And let's check our pipes, cover the new stuff that we've just laid down. They do. Excellent. Only thing that's a little bit short is this section just here. So we'll just very quickly draw a little pipe down like that. There we go, to cover the bit that's missing. And now we can go back to zoning. And let's zone in some of this new stuff. There we go. I'll stop there because we might use that little bit there for commercial. But all of this, that can all be residential. All the way through there, like so. And this bit around here. And I think this would be a nice little commercial block just here, perhaps. Let's put in a little bit of commercial just here. Sort of around there, like that. We'll have to go in and just tweak this a little bit. Just kind of get a basic area kind of drawn in. Let's go to this. Now I'm going to go to fill. And just take out those bits that I don't want. Like so. Don't want that. Let's take that out. Let's take that out. Take that out and make all of that one block there. Block that one in there like so. That may be a little bit too much commercial. Let's take this piece out and that piece out and that and that. We'll take those out as well. Rebrand that as residential. I'm going to do the same here as well. And we'll see how well we do with this level crossing. I say we may be ripping that out. Depends how busy it gets around there. And I'm hoping that this area will start feeding people in here as well. See, we've actually got a really nice little sort of city there. And it's a really small industrial area, really, when you consider how big the city is. Although we do have large office sections dotted all throughout the city, as you can see. And obviously that's going to deal with quite a lot of our industrial demand. Let's keep rejuvenating this area and hope that more people will start taking these jobs. Let's inspect one of these warehouses. 17 jobs are available. So, you know, the buildings and the jobs are here, just nobody's taking them. So, I guess we'll basically just have to run as is like this. And hopefully, as more and more of this area starts to fill up with more houses, that demand will start to drop away. Just maybe look at dropping in a park or two as well. Let's put in just a regular old plaza this time, I think. Somewhere around this new area over here. Like that. Raise happiness in this area. Let's get a small playground in. Let's try and find a good spot. I quite like it just here. But I'd like it somewhere where it's a little bit more accessible, I think. And also a little bit more centric. Gee, if I can get it here, on the corner, like that, that should have a knock-on effect on the edge here slightly as well, which will help boost their happiness. And what else can we drop in there? Have a plaza with picnic tables, perhaps. We could really do with something in the heart of this industrial area to really give them a bit of a boost. The question is, what do we put down there? We've already got a statue of industry right there on the edge. Oh, he's got snow on him. That's a really nice little thing. I didn't even think about that. The statue's even got snow on it as well. Obviously, it's normally just a bronze statue. You saw we built one of those towards the end of Jimsville. Now we actually have it with snow on it. That's kind of cool. Yeah, there's got to be something we can drop in our industry that's not going to look really out of place. A park is just going to look really, really, dodgy. I guess an ice sculpture park wouldn't hurt. Although you might think it might melt with all the heat from the industry in the area. Let's plonk that here opposite. Excuse me. Oh dear. Yeah, let's plonk that there opposite the bus depot. And that's really boosted happiness, so we should get some more leveling up. Yeah, there we go, straight away. More arrows are pinging. So we have plenty of jobs in this sector now, just waiting for people to take them. And we have plenty of people moving in as well. Still land available for more houses to start springing up. So all in all, this is actually really starting to come along very, very nicely. Still wondering about this junction here though, with the trains getting in each other's way. You can see here we've got a train trying to go into the station, and this yellow train that's trying to pull out of the station is also trying to turn down there and can't because of where the crossing is. So we either need to move the crossing or we need to get rid of it completely. I'm thinking we need to look at maybe getting a boiler fitted. I'm thinking that we need to reposition this crossing because it's just not working where I put it. So let's take that bit out like that. Let's take... I've got a car there that shouldn't be there. Look, I hope that's from when we fixed the problem over there. I want to check, see, is that still a problem? Let's track it back. See if we can see any more. Yeah, there's another one there, look. Is it still having that issue? Is that coming from a different station? Or am I just tracking in the wrong direction? I'm not seeing any more through here. I thought we'd fixed the issue. Maybe they're just the last remnants. I really hope that's the case. But it does concern me that I'm still seeing that. I get the feeling they're coming from a different direction as well. So what is that way? It's this station. have I knackered this station with the same problem? There's traffic coming from out here and then just cutting through the snow this way. Really hope that's not the case. Anyway, back to fixing this railway line. So we've ended the line just there. We're on freeform, so let's bring the line out and around. And across like that, and hopefully that'll give us a little bit better room. Hopefully. So we'll just keep an eye on that. So far so good. Let's check our heating. So I get the feeling we're not producing in there. Look, our output is in the yellow. That's not good. So we need to build something a little bit different. We need some boilers. We haven't got any boiler plants anywhere. So let's see. Where can we add our boilers? These are actually going to have a bit of a negative impact, as you can see. Both noise and pollution, I think, because they do need oil. So I'm now wary about where I want to put this. Why is that? Oh, you're kidding me. Look at that. That building is just outside. I'm going to have to extend that pipe just a tiny little bit. That's frustrating. I think maybe the boilers are going to have to go over here. Alright, so let's get a boiler just there. And another one just there. Just leave it at those three for now. And connect these pipes up like so. And then I just need to extend that little bit of pipe. Where is it? Over here. There we go. Can't believe I need to actually draw that out just a tiny bit more. There we go. That solves that issue. Now we are looking... Look, we're actually getting some of those worker icons filled. We've managed to add an injection of employees into that district with the expansion of our residents over here. And we're still getting buildings levelling up as well, thanks to the services that are in the surrounding area and the decorations as well. That's really good to see. All those little people being born in those houses, and all those green arrows indicating that the house is expanding and getting bigger. There's one being redeveloped right now. Look, someone's just been born in this house here as well. And the house just across the street. The house is levelling up again. This is excellent. This whole area is just continually undergoing redevelopment as it just gets bigger and better and better. And there's another person just been born in this corner house here. And now that house. That's excellent. More employees. And look at that. For the first time in a while, we have actually dealt with our worker shortage. That's brilliant. That's really good to see. So, yeah, I'm really pleased with the way that this area has come along. And I think it's maybe time to start work on a new section. So, we have that as our workable area so far. I think we could do something along here. It does mean we're going to need to kind of do something down here, I think. We're going to need to put some kind of road junction in as well. Now, with the railway line where it is, that could potentially be a little bit of a problem, but hopefully we'll be alright. what I'd also like to do as well is look at the possibility of maybe adding in a rail freight terminal somewhere, but I don't think it's going to be workable in this section. So instead of that, let's just quickly have a look at milestones. We need 26,000 to unlock ships, and we are almost there. We're so close. We're just 1,000 people away, or just over 1,000. So as our population continues to expand, that's going to be what we build down here, I think. Maybe a harbour of some kind. I want to see where the shipping lanes are before I commit to exactly where my shipping is going to go, so I know where they need to connect to. So instead, while we're waiting for that, let's actually bring a little bit of high density into this area. Let's just redevelop these blocks here into high density blocks. So our population should dip a little bit and then start to go back up again. And we've got space for a bit of high density to go in just here in terms of high density commercial. And I'm going to put some high density commercial in on this corner as well instead of offices. Really kind of build this area up a little bit. And obviously that piece will need to go up as well. There we go. So we've got a nice big high density block going up here. You can see that it's going to be a while before this area fills up because we've just killed our residential demand, although it is slowly coming back. And these should all upgrade pretty quickly as well, because they've still got the same decorations and services in terms of access that they had before. We've still got, you know, a university just here. We've still got a hospital just here. We've still got these parks just here and here. You know, we've got schools in the nearby area as well. That should be low density. That should be zoned in. Let's demolish those two little corner houses and turn those into proper sized blocks. There we go. So everything that they had before is still here. It's just now we need to sort of rebuild what was small houses into big houses, and that should really give our population a nice little boost as all of these buildings start to spring up. To give you a comparison, let's just click on this building here. This is a big building. It's been here for a while, so it should be fully upgraded. Well, it's close to being fully upgraded, and this contains, let's see, 8, 12, 16 people in this house. Now let's see how many are in this block just here. Same size block, and so far we have 8 people in this, but look, this is the first block of its upgrade. As this starts to improve, we will start to get more and more people moving into this block. Let's see if we can find this one here. There's nobody living in this one yet. It's been built, but one person's just moved in. There we go. We don't have much of a demand for residential at the moment. We kind of killed it. We do need to maybe balance that with a little bit of commercial redevelopment. These buildings are pinging like crazy already. These are doing really well, so maybe we can find an area to add in a little bit more commercial. Let's see, how about, where can we add more commercial? How about just here? Let's redevelop that block just there. Why is that split like that? That should all be one solid block. There we go. And our police just there, and our fire as well. Let's put a little bit of commercial in just there as well, next to the station. Let's rebuild these zones here as well. There we go. Keep that bit as office for now. And we'll keep that as offices as well, I think. So you can see, you know, our buildings are starting to come in. We just saw someone being born in this building. Let's take another look at it now. Now we're up to 14 people in there already, and it's still only a level 1 and a bit building compared to this one here. It's a nearly a level 5 building. It's a level 4 building at the moment, I think. You know, a lot of people in there. We've got actually got 18 people in there now. Oh, it's changed a little bit. 17 people in there now. And this one is now up to 16 people. So yeah, it's definitely catching up really, really quickly. Even this small one here, only 2 people in there right now. This small one next to it, though, has already got 17 people in it. So this is definitely a fast improving area. And this is going to really boost our population. We're now over, well, briefly for a second, we popped, there we go, back over 25,000 people, and still climbing. And our commercial area over here is starting to come on quite nicely as well. The next area for commercial that we'll be looking to really boost will be this area over here. You know, all of this is commercial right now. These are all just standard density. You can see some of them have done really, really well. Some really big buildings like this one here. You know, we've got 12 workers in that building there. We've got 16 in that one there. 16 in that one there. And then obviously we've got our offices that kind of line the edge of that. But we can look at maybe potentially putting some high density in here as well. So yeah, with our new high density area sort of spawning in here, it's actually getting quite big now as well. As you can see, a lot of these buildings are all starting to drop in now. There's very few little spaces left. There's one there, there's one there. And that's pretty much it. You know, there's a little space here as well. But most of this has now actually been taken up. We're still getting stuff pinging as well. Where is that? Where's the pinging coming from? These buildings over here. There's commercial over here on this corner. This is all pinging. You can see the buildings upgrading. So everything's working out really, really nicely so far. And I think this is a good place to end this particular episode with our nice, big, sort of high-density expansion over here. So, thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob. We'll be back with some more Snowfall City Skylines PS4 edition very soon.